you liking the show so far? Well, we all have dreams of making it into the big leagues, but sometimes the hardest thing to deal with is the day-to-day struggles of being a teen. Like, at school, even though you're a theater kid, you have to put on this facade that you're quote-unquote normal, or at least own the fact that you're not. Like, I was walking out of Forest Hills Foods the other day, and I saw some kids from my class with some beer, probably going to some big party I wasn't invited to. But all I could say was, I'm just gonna go home and drink my tea and watch some illegal videos on YouTube of Matilda, or I'm hoping for one for Aladdin soon. And one of my favorite people to follow on YouTube is Kate Weatherhead, and she's this quirky strawberry blonde who has a lot of spunk. Oh wait, that's And one show she starred in was an off-Broadway production called Ordinary Days, in which she plays Deb, and Deb is an English grad, and she loses the notes to her thesis on the subway in New York, and some weird guy named Warren finds them, and they agree to meet at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So without further ado, I present a vignette from Ordinary Days.
So,
can I have my book?
I think this is sort of neat.
What?
You and I here to meet. It's about as precious can get. I mean, look, we're both here and we met at the Met.
Listen, are you guys...
Ever since I found your book, I have pictured this moment.
Really?
Wow. I imagine me standing here with Monet for a while, then you stumbling in, but with more of a smile. Yes, well, in my head we'd hug, and our friendship's set sail like an almost, not quite, New York sort of fairy tale.
Don't touch me!
I sense from your notebook your fiery nature, your penmanship crackles with rage.
What?
While your handwriting's wonderfully hard to decipher, but boy does it conjure you right off the page.
Wait, read my notes?
Your lack of hesitation, your violent punctuation. Yes, I knew right away you'd be someone to meet. It's not every day I'm convinced so completely, but something is telling me we're on the trail of a could be quasi sort of fairy tale.
I'm sorry, I have a really important
This moment could be like a scene from a movie. Two hapless strangers united by fate.
Yes,
And since I think real lives make the best kind of movies, always said, Warren, just wait. Give yourself over to fate. One stroke at a time, like a great work of art. Now you being here, I think this could unveil a perfect, lasting, Warren sort of.
Look, I don't mean to be a buzzkill, but there is something you should know. I have wasted half my morning coming here, cause you're a freaking weirdo! No! I will not lose my composure, cause yes, I'm a civil kind of girl. Ordinarily, I take deep breaths and count to 10. Right now, I'm so far from Zen that frankly, there's nothing I can do but tell you thanks for this waste of a day, and thanks for all this annoyance and strife. Yes, thanks for this waste of my time and for making me a part of your waste of a life. I'm sorry. I came here for my book, not some stupid weirdo and his stupid painting.
This painting reminds me of people like us. Thousands of tiny specks.
Oh my god.
Huddled together in random arrangements that nobody expects. Every dot on its own ordinary and pale. grown together one by one and make this dazzling, joyous, hopeful, sort of. Never mind.
So can I have a book?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Thank God my professor was not going to give me an extension on this because he's like the Stalin of English lit who has yet to crack a smile in his life. If I didn't show up to his office with these notes, my life would have been over.
Okay.
Oh. Can I buy you a cup of coffee?
Really?
You're gay, right?
Uh-huh.
20 minutes. So, I am on the 6th train heading uptown to my lit professor's office. It's like light years off from campus. Don't ask me why. I'm sandwiched in between this guy who's literally drooling at some European hipster who, well, let's be honest, smells Woody Allen heard Gershwin in the air when he thought Manhattan. Well, I'm not so impressed. I hear like Philip Glass at best. I wish I could take a second to but it's not working because like clearly I'm a magnet for a special breed of psycho who think being weird is valuable use of time. We don't like to wander on its own across the city, taking with it my whole thesis, which I need to write like now. I don't remember the Muppets getting hives when they took Manhattan, but my own diagnosis is the creeping towards psychosis because I cannot find a place to get home. It's really hard, you know. I tried to take up yoga, but you'd be surprised how many folks don't think deodorant is zen. I even saw a life coach who told me I should breathe. Just breathe. And every time I took in a breath, I visualized that life coach's death. She's having brunch at Cafe Pierre, and she's choking and choking and choking and choking, and finally she's I'm sorry anyway. I get to my professor's and he sits me down and tells me that my thesis on Virginia Woolf is somehow false. I tell him what I'm working from is not so much a thesis, but the fact that she went crazy, and that seemed well apropos. So my professor just tosses back his head and a dry Manhattan. I'm wondering which will kill him quicker, the Big Apple or the liquor. And suddenly I panic and I tell myself I must get someplace home. I up and run toward Penn Station like I swear my head was ready to blow. I hop a train to Jersey just as fast as any person can go. In 90 minutes out I get off at some provincial hamlet I've never heard of. There's a real estate office right on the block. I can't afford a 2-bedroom. I go into shock. I think, what the heck? I write a check. 'Cause there's sunlight and closets and laundry, but mostly it's calm. Really calm. Strangely calm. Like Times Square at 5 a.m. calm. Like totally freak me out calm. Like I'm gonna slowly throw myself over the balcony calm. Damn it. So I tear up my deposit and I head back to Penn Station. But of course the subway's broken, so I walk 4 miles home. And like 14 hours later, I get back to my apartment with my crazy spastic roommates in a room, well, of my own. I've got this black and white poster on my wall that says my Manhattan, and I give it the finger. But I let my gaze linger, and I notice how people look like tiny specks of gray, all haphazardly arranged, just like they were in that Monet. And suddenly I'm struck with this bizarre revelation that, like, Warren's whacked out theory might deserve some exploration. I sit on my